This is the first time he's ever sat on the sofa.
It's beautiful.
This is not right.
We made you stand up and sing.
I'm going to lie down.
Yeah, lie down, put your feet up, get comfortable.
So it's lovely to see you. And Alfie, of course, who you never see in the same room as Deck.
Thank you. I'm Deck's
So this
dad.
is Carousel, so exciting, but really quite a dark, harsh story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of certainly deals with some, you know, quite dark issues, but the, you know,
Domestic violence, principally.
Yes, exactly, and that, you know, that was one of the things which for me was, you know, when I first reread the script after having watched the film as a child, and sort of, I don't know, a lot of that went over my head the first time I watched it, but then thinking, well, how do I feel about taking this on in this way? But certainly I feel like Rodgers and Hammerstein were ahead of their
They
time,
were so
really.
ahead of their times.
Yeah.
When you think it was first brought to Broadway in 1945, but those issues that are discussed that were within this are so current.
Yeah.
And then we may be more open about them now, but it's still very prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like Katherine says, Rodgers and Hammerstein touched on subjects that were ahead of the game. I mean, South Pacific was the race issue, you know, and then this with domestic violence. It was a very revolutionary time for musical theatre back then.
People have criticised certainly the movie and some other productions, saying that it sort of sugarcoats it, that it's not real. And I suppose you're restricted to what it is, or have you adapted it? Is it more real?
I think the music really does that. You know, the music is very romantic. The way it's portrayed, I mean, you look at a Carousel just on the screen, it looks so romantic and dreamlike, but it is a sort of like an outward image. But when you look deeper into the story and deeper into people's lives, there's other things going on that you don't realise.
So explain to us, if anybody doesn't know anything to do with the story, tell us a little bit about, because you are Billy Bigelow.
Billy Bigelow.
So who is he?
He's a guy who works on the Carousel. We've been looking into the history of his past, and we think that he had abuse from his father or abuse from family when he was growing up that reflects in his life later on in time. He meets Julie on the Carousel, realises that there's something special about this. He's never experienced love before, and that he falls madly in love with her. But then, because he's out of work, he sort of you finish off. It all goes wrong. It all goes wrong.
I think it's basically the story of sort of two women who make very different choices in the kind of men they end up with, and I end up with the bad boy, and it all goes wrong.
And it does all go very wrong. And so for you, because obviously you've performed in front of huge crowds. I mean, this is what you do, but this actually is very different for you, isn't it, this role?
Different and terrifying.
In what way?
Well, because, you know, Alfie's done loads of, you know, opera and...
Like Falling Off in Love.
Theatre, yeah.
Well, jaded now.
But this is my debut in musical theatre, and before I found classical music when I was in my teens, my first love was, you know, coming up to London and seeing the shows, and my first ever show was you in Dreamcoat. In Joseph. Yeah, and so you were actually part of the thing that ignited the passion in it. You
I love that. Oh, I'm definitely going to come and
I saw you
see
in
that.
Dr. Dolittle as well.
Did you?
Yeah, and I sat next to your mum and dad.
Well, enough about
And then
me.
I realised I didn't want to do
That
it
was my
anymore.
performance. But what I love about this also, new challenges, things that you haven't done before. I mean, you're working with a team, you're working with a cast. Normally you'd be singing on your own.
Yeah.
But also the acting and the kissing caused you a bit of a wrong, because there is your first stage kiss.
Well, it's just so weird because I don't think of myself as an actress, and I think when you get married, you know, you have a baby, I thought, well, that's it, I'm never going to kiss anybody else other than my husband, and then...
I came along. You know.
we had to get out of the way, but it's good now, we've done it.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's done.
But you had to say, I don't know how to do it and not mean it. And the director had to say to you, you do mean it.
I said, OK, we just got to that moment, and I said, OK, we have to stop now, we haven't talked about this. It's OK, we're good.
You're good.
We're
You've got that bit good now.
I've got over it.
So
I'll show you what it's like.
So naughty. So this is Carousel. This is at the London Coliseum on the 7th of April, and the final performance will be on the 13th
Great
of May.
songs
and I imagine
too.
Beautiful songs, beautiful songs.
It's
If
the
I
best,
Loved You, the soliloquy, You'll Never Walk Alone.
Which
is
you
in
don't
there
get to
as well.
sing.
I'm dead by then, so I don't get to sing it.
And I get to sing the first line of You'll Never Walk Alone, and then it gets taken over. But the music really is sort of, you know, that's why it's been voted one of the most most
fantastic
musicals
show.
ever
I
written.
mean, we have a huge cast, 71 performers on stage. There's 41 performances, so it's
limited run.
Limited run, 5 weeks.
So it's very
Get
exciting.
tickets because they're probably going to sell out very
Definitely
quickly.
come along.
Yeah,
Especially seeing as I actually essentially created
You did.
this.
You,
I think you should be in the
never
programme.
No, I know, it happens all the time.
Thanks to Phillip Schofield.
Would you, so I know nothing's confirmed, but if you were, would you go back with Michael Ball? That was such a great collaboration, so it would be nice to see something else for the fans.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to say, it's so quiet doing a TV show without him. It's great. I loved working with Michael. He's a great guy. We have such fun on stage together, and I think we may go back into the studio at some point. We've got the arena tour at the end of the year that we're doing, some summer shows. So yeah, I don't think I can get rid of him now. That's it.
Stuck with him.
Whose name goes first?
Well, yeah, it is reversing now, just so he knows. I'd like to... Which camera am I on? I want to make sure.
There you go.
Thank you. That one there, yeah. It's Boe and Ball now. Boe and Ball.
Okay.
Very good.
When he comes in, we'll play that too.
Yeah, please.
Good luck.
Yes, enjoy it. We'll see you
Break a
there.
leg.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you.